Clara, sorry. I think I left your passport in the trash. Where are you now? I'm on the bus, about to arrive at the airport. Trash? That means you didn't forget it. You threw it away. You said you didn't want anyone to forget their passports. You said that you would take care of the passports for all of us, and that you would remember to bring them with you. Yes, I did say that, but if I forgot something, there's nothing I can do. Are you saying you only forgot my passport, and you left it in the trash? No matter how you look at it, you're harassing me. It doesn't matter what you think. You can't go to Mexico without your passport. Just go home and stay there. Your house is a mess anyway, isn't it? I wonder why Sebastian married a woman who can't even do the housework. I don't even know what you're good for. I'll just buy you a sombrero as a souvenir. Your house better be clean when we get back. I'll pass on the souvenir. I'm going home now, but be warned. You're gonna regret this later. I won't forgive you for what you did to me this time. Oh, I'm so scared. How can I have any regrets? I'm really looking forward to our trip to Mexico. Just family. I knew it was on purpose. What? What are you talking about? I've known for a while that you hate me. I also knew that you didn't want to take me on the trip. If that's the case, you shouldn't have bothered with these tricks from the start. Why didn't you just invite only your son? You really are an idiot. What if I do that and my son hates me? You are aware that you're doing something that will make him hate you, aren't you? You aren't very cute. That's why I hate you. It's fine if you don't like me. If I didn't have to deal with you annoying me all the time, I'd be more grateful if you just hated me. Oh, you're a pain in the neck. Oh well, I'll forget about you and enjoy my trip to Mexico. Why don't you go home and cry by yourself? I'm not going to waste any more time on you, okay? It's been a while since I've been to the airport, so I want to see everything. See you later. Sebastian, you were right. I just got a call from your mother that she threw my passport in the trash. I was heading to the airport too, but I'm just going to go back home. I knew she was up to something when she said she'd take care of all our passports. That's why you and I prepared this time. I didn't think she would really try to prevent you from going on the trip. And to throw it in the trash, even though she's my mother, she's pathetic. Clara, I'm really sorry about all this. Don't worry about it. Now we can just go ahead with our plan. Your mother, I guess she didn't notice at all that I gave her an expired passport. Yeah, Mom's hardly ever traveled abroad, and she's so excited about it, she didn't even check. Well, even if I were her, I wouldn't have checked to see if it was expired. But Sebastian, are you sure about this? Yeah, of course, I'm sure. This was my mom's last chance. Mom doesn't know anything about it, and she's just getting ready for the trip. She's floating around, you know? I really feel sorry for her. Well, where are you now? Aren't you with your mother? I'm alone at the airport cafe because I wanted to work for a bit. I was waiting to hear from you, but it would be a pain in the neck if she was around. Well, she seems to be walking around the airport all excited. I'm sure she's not worried about me. I see. She also told me that she hasn't been to the airport in a while and wanted to look around. How can she say that, after she left you behind and everything? Well, that's enough. You only have a few more days with your mom. Have fun on your trip. Thank you. Take care of my sister. Yeah, I'll take care of her. We'll head to LA first and wait for you. Yeah, I'll be on my way after the trip. Take care. Yeah, you take care too, Clara. Clara, Mexico was really great. It's so sad that you couldn't come to such a great place. We went to the beach in the morning and laid in the sun. The food was delicious, and I can't say enough about it. I feel a little bit sorry that I left your passport in the trash. But in the end, it turned out to be a great decision. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. What do you mean by a great decision? Because you would have been in the way of a family vacation, wouldn't you? It had to be my husband, my son, and myself. Well, with all due respect, if you say that you needed to be together as a family, why didn't you take Karen to Mexico? Karen? There's no way I would have taken her. If Karen were there, it would have ruined our fun trip. She's just as much a stranger to me as you are. You talk about your own daughter like that? Isn't she the one you went through the pain of giving birth to? Yes, but it's her fault. Unlike Sebastian, she can't even study and she's a failure. I get irritated when she's around. Oh God, I was enjoying myself so much, and then you go and mention her name? Why did you call me? If talking to me irritates you, then just don't contact me. Huh? I thought you were lonely and sad. I contacted you, but what? That attitude. I didn't ask you to do that. I'm busy, so if there isn't anything else... Huh? You really are a cocky woman. I'm going to enjoy my trip without thinking about you. Clara, sorry about Mom's nasty text messages again. Sebastian, did you see that? Yes. She thinks being her son that I'm on her side. She said, Clara is saying this and that. I really can't believe it. And then she shows me the text. That's right. I always knew she hated me, but I never thought she'd call Karen a stranger. Yeah, I was surprised too. I guess because I'm the eldest, she's always been protective of me. I can't forgive her for treating Karen like that. I was also surprised she didn't invite her on the trip, but calling her a stranger? Obviously, our plan was the right thing to do. Obviously. How's Karen? She's doing great. She arrived here yesterday and moved into our new house. It's a completely different city from Orange County, and the fancy streets and everything are so new to her. Besides, she didn't have a room at your parents' house, did she? So she's really happy to have her own room. I know. No matter how many times I talked to my mom about it, she said that Karen didn't need her own room. My dad also said that she should have her own room because she's a teenage girl. But my mom would just say that her word was final. And yet Karen worked so hard at her studies. I think she's amazing. I really think so too. Also, after you get here, you're getting Karen a smartphone, right? She's really looking forward to that. She's been saying, I can't wait for my big brother to get here. Oh, really? I guess everyone in her class has a smartphone. I got one when I started high school too. Karen was the only one who didn't get one. I tried to buy her one, but my mom told me not to go behind her back. I want Karen to be able to live her life freely from now on. Oh, I'm sure Karen will be fine. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm going to go out with Karen today. We're gonna get a bunch of stuff we need. I think the fastest way for her to get used to how things work around here is to get out and about. That's a good idea. I'll be heading there in 2 days, so take care of Karen until then. Gotcha. Good luck with your plan. Don't worry about it. If I tell Mom it's work, she won't be able to say anything. That's true. I'll pick you up at the airport the day after tomorrow. Thanks. See you the day after tomorrow. Sebastian, you haven't finished work yet. You said you had some sudden work to do and asked us to go to the airport first. Your father and I already went through the boarding gate. We had such a great time on our trip. I want to go home together with you. If you come to the airport now, you can still make it. Sorry, Mom. Apparently, I have to submit some documents in 3 hours. I checked with some colleagues at the office back home, but they said they can't work it out without me. If I get on the plane, I won't make it in time. I'll catch a later flight. Oh, is it really so urgent? Are we done? If I don't get to work right now, I'm not gonna make it. Okay, good luck. I'll be waiting for you back home. Clara, it went well. I just got a call from my dad. He said he's getting on a plane with my mom. I think they should have taken off by now. That's good. I'm getting on a plane to LA in a few hours. It's about 4 hours from Mexico. Yeah, it's tough with all the traveling, but I hope you get some sleep on the plane. Thank you. To be honest, I'm tired of being pushed around by my mom's selfishness. I'll be happy to be alone in a small economy seat. Yeah, I bet. I'm going to send her a text now. She's going to be so surprised she's going to have a heart attack. Yeah, I can't get a signal, so I can't reach her. She'll probably contact you, so I'll need you to take care of it. Yeah, leave it to me. You and I have already talked all of this out, so all that is left is to just do it. I'll let you know how she reacted when you get here. Oh, okay. I'm glad to be rid of my mother now. I'll see you later. Clara, I just got home and looked at my cell phone. I got a message from Sebastian thanking me for everything. He said he's cutting me out of his life. I tried to call him right away, but I couldn't get through. I tried to send a text, but he didn't even read my message. What does he mean he's cutting me out of his life? You said something to my son, didn't you? He told me he had to work suddenly and that he couldn't fly with me. I never thought this would happen. Where is Sebastian now? Why can't I get in touch with him? The reason you can't get in touch with him is because he's on a plane. Well, when he turns the phone back on, you will probably be blocked anyway. What time is the flight arriving? I'll go pick up Sebastian and talk to him. There's no way he really means to insulate himself from me, so I'm sure he'll be fine after we talk. Going to the airport is a waste of time. Huh? Why? Because Sebastian is on his way to LA, where we are. I think he will arrive soon, so I'm waiting for him at the airport right now. Huh? Los Angeles? No way. And you were supposed to be back home alone, all lonely, weren't you? You tricked me. I didn't trick you. If you hadn't told me that you threw my passport away that day, I was planning to go to Mexico with you. And you and Sebastian would have been okay. I was on my way to the airport with every intention to go to Mexico. When you told me you were planning to take care of my passport, I knew you might be up to something, and I discussed it with Sebastian. I gave you an expired passport. No way, you're lying. I'm not lying. Your constant harassment of me was not only bothering me, it was really troubling for Sebastian too. So we decided this time, if you didn't take me to Mexico with you, then we would cut off all ties with you. Oh no, why are you in LA? And even Sebastian, what the hell is going on? Sebastian and I have been transferred to Los Angeles. What? We knew that our company was going to focus on the branch office in the future, and we knew that we would be living somewhere else someday. We didn't expect it to be so soon, though. Of course, we would have liked to have you visit us if it hadn't happened this time. It was just the right opportunity, so we decided to cut ties with you. Huh. I don't understand why you suddenly say that. I won't allow you to live in LA. You should come home now. I don't want to. From the looks of it, you haven't even noticed yet. It's not just me and your son who are cutting ties with you. Huh? Who else would it be? I said earlier that we are in Los Angeles, but you still haven't noticed. Huh? Sebastian is not your only child, is he? Huh? Karen? Well, I haven't seen her once since we came back. Don't tell me she's in LA. No. What could a brainless girl like her do in LA? She just went out with her friends and hasn't come back yet. Damn it, I'm her mother and I'm back. She's not even here to welcome me home. I'm not going to let her get away with this. Clara, did you really take Karen to LA? Why isn't any of her stuff here? Karen's in LA with me with all her stuff. Huh. Poor Karen. She must have been living at home for 18 years, and she has only this much stuff. She's at an age where she likes to dress up, and you didn't think anything of it. It's none of your business. Besides, she doesn't need cute clothes for such a poor girl. You really don't know anything about her, do you? She's not the failure you think she is. She's excellent at what she does. Karen's excellent? Don't make me laugh. That can't be true. Karen wanted to go to college too, but you said that there was no way she'd pass the entrance exam. You wouldn't even let her take it. I mean, it's a waste of money for a girl like her to take a college entrance exam. I'll tell you something. Karen's SAT scores are higher than your beloved Sebastian's. Hers are higher. She's also especially very good at Spanish. She can even talk with native Spanish speakers from Central and South America that are here in LA. Karen is good at Spanish? I had no idea. Karen has always dreamed of using her language skills to work in the global world. When we told her that we were going to LA for a new job, she was very jealous. So we thought about having her go to a university in LA. We told her that if she lived with us, she wouldn't have to worry about housing either. She was so happy and studied hard every day. Her Spanish aptitude test score was good enough to get a scholarship at UCLA's Spanish department. She will be attending university in Los Angeles starting in September. That girl? That's ridiculous. From the looks of it, you don't even realize it. Your husband wants to get rid of you too. Huh? My husband? That can't be true. Did you two come home from the airport together? Well, that's, he said he had to stop by somewhere for a while. That's your answer? What the hell does that mean? Where did my husband say he was going? We didn't know where he was going either. He just said he wanted to start his life over, alone. Alone? What about me? He said that he was always disgusted by your unmanageable behavior toward Karen and me. In fact, even though he repeatedly warned you, instead of listening to him, you would just say that what you say is final. I think it's only natural that he'd be fed up with it, don't you? I just tried to contact my husband, but I can't reach him. I think he probably blocked you, didn't he? He said he wanted a lawyer to handle things between you for the divorce. That's what he said. What? Divorce and a lawyer? Isn't that what someone says when they want to cut all ties with their wife? I don't think you'll be hearing from Sebastian or I ever again. Please take care and goodbye. Oh no, wait a minute! My father-in-law contacted us and said he had divorced his wife. He moved out to the countryside. He now enjoys fishing and gardening. I was relieved to hear that he is finally enjoying his life in the countryside after all this time. We are planning to have him visit our house in Los Angeles in the near future. According to a story I heard from a relative who lives nearby, my mother-in-law, who had been a full-time housewife and had been living without any problems, was living off her savings. But she was about to run out of money, so she tried to ask some relatives for help. They knew how badly she had treated Karen and me. No one wanted to help her. She reluctantly started working at the local supermarket. She is hated by the neighbors. She is so inept at her work that everyone laughs at her and is sarcastic about it. Yet she can't afford to quit her job and is desperately working to make ends meet. Hey, Shelley. Is it true that you are going on an overseas trip for the long holiday next month? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going to Australia for a week with Terry. Oh dear. This is unacceptable. Excuse me, is there a problem? I must say there is. When there's a long holiday, you're supposed to go visit your relatives. Helping out around the house and whatnot is pretty common sense. What made you think you can just take off like that? I'm not sure what to say, but we are thinking about trying to have a baby in the next year or so. If we have a child, we won't be able to travel. We were thinking of taking a relaxing trip, just the two of us, while we still can. Simply put, that's what we were thinking. How many years have you been married to our son? What? 3 years. You've only been married for 3 years and you've already stopped being a wife. You're pretty insensitive, aren't you? Excuse me? What do you mean? You refuse to live with us, your husband's parents. As the eldest son's wife, usually, you would think you would help with the family business. But you continue to work. As a member of my family, this is a very sad situation. At the very least, I would think that you would try to devote yourself a little more to the family. You know what? Don't you realize that Terry doesn't like that out-of-date thinking? Excuse me? To begin with, it was Terry who suggested that we travel abroad together. What? It was originally Terry who was opposed to living together. It was also Terry who agreed to continue to let me work after marriage. We visit you every Christmas, and you pester me about cleaning and cooking and so on. You go on and on about how to run this family store, which I have no intention of taking over. Terry said we should spend the holidays relaxing and not thinking about any problems. Do you know what this means? What's that? You're lying. Terry would never say such a thing. He's our adorable son. What is so out of date of my way of thinking? Terry is the eldest son in our family, and we have trained him well. He will take over his father's store, and his wife will be a good family member and help him with the housework and the store. There's no way Terry can't understand that it's the right thing to do. You keep talking nonsense. Well then, why don't you ask Terry yourself? He's busy with work. It would be a nuisance if I contacted him about something like this. I'm busy with work too. I'm still on a business trip. Huh? You're a woman and you go off on a business trip neglecting your home? Nowadays, going on a business trip has nothing to do with being a man or a woman. I have an early start tomorrow morning, so if you'll excuse me now. Hey, wait a minute. I haven't finished talking yet. Oh, this is unbelievable. That's why I was against this marriage. You're a woman busy with work? A woman is supposed to stay at home and support her husband. That is the traditional role of a woman. Besides, you are the eldest son's wife and we have the store. You need to be part of the family even more so. Terry's childhood friend, Emily, is the most suitable wife for our family. Emily knows Terry very well, and they understand each other. I wish Terry would just divorce you and marry Emily. Hi, it's Terry. Emily? If it's Terry, I'm sorry to say he won't be back here for the holidays. His mean wife has persuaded him to go on an overseas trip. That wife doesn't seem to care about her in-laws' family business. She doesn't even come home to help out at the store over the holidays. and she doesn't even know what she's doing as a wife. If only a kind and sensible girl like you were in the family. That's not what I'm calling about. Terry was rushed to the hospital by ambulance. Huh? What in the world happened? At the intersection in front of the bus terminal, I saw Terry get hit by a car that ran a red light. What did you say? There were other injured people involved, and they were taken away in 2 ambulances. I rode in the ambulance with Terry to the hospital. The doctors say he's in critical condition. You guys need to come here right now. What hospital is Terry in? The Springfield City Hospital. I understand. I'll be right there. Shelley, Terry was hit by a car and he's in the hospital. Where the hell are you? When are you coming to the hospital? My son's in the hospital and you haven't come once. Who the hell do you think you are? No, this is what I need to say to you. Your own husband is in the hospital. I can't believe that his wife wouldn't even come to see him. No matter how many times I call you, there's no response. Emily's been taking care of him instead of you. You're an irresponsible woman. How can you neglect a family member who has been in an accident? You can't do what you should do as a wife or even as a human being to come visit him? Don't tell me you're leaving your injured husband behind and going on an overseas trip by yourself. I've talked this over with my husband. We believe Emily would make a more suitable wife for Terry. Good evening. About Terry, he's able to walk with crutches now. If all goes well, he'll be able to leave the hospital next month. That's good to hear. It's all thanks to you, Emily. I just did what I had to do. But I'm really sorry you had to take care of Terry. It was the holidays and everything, and you had to spend it going to the hospital. My husband and I operate business with just a few part-timers. We wouldn't have been able to close the shop. It was a busy time of the year during a major holiday weekend. At least, it would have been nice if the hospital was within easy commuting distance, but Springfield is too far away. Don't worry about it. I was just happy to be able to take care of my beloved Terry. Yeah, that's great. You're really a good girl. Completely the opposite of that wife of his, Shelley. Apparently, she hasn't even come to the hospital once yet. Oh, I haven't heard from her yet. I still can't get in touch with her. Her parents are already gone, and since I can't reach her, it's hard to find out what's going on. But she's Terry's wife, so she must have at least been informed of the accident. And she's been ignoring my calls for a week. I wonder where in the world she's been and what she's been doing. Maybe she went on the trip after all? You think so too, Emily? Yeah, that's what I think. Terry's defending her, saying it can't be true. There's no way she would do such a thing. But she hasn't even been home. Is that so? I'm staying at Terry's house now to take care of him. There's no sign that she's been home. Besides, cosmetics, clothes, a large suitcase, things you might use for a trip like that are missing from the house. So I guess she took advantage of Terry's injury and went off on her own. I wonder if she's in Australia right now taking pictures with koalas? Well, I thought that might be the case, but apparently it's true. Hey, let's just get her divorced already. Poor Terry. Such an irresponsible wife. You're right. After all, you're the only one for him. I'm sure he'll love you for taking care of him. Let's get him to divorce that irresponsible wife and marry you. Oh, I'm so happy. I'll make Terry happy forever. After discussing it with my husband, it's been decided that you will divorce Terry. You left your husband in the hospital, didn't take care of him at all, went out to have fun, not even bothering to return. On top of that, not even a word from you. Going on a trip when my son is in the hospital? You are an unbelievable wife. You're still not worthy of Terry. Therefore, we want you to divorce him. Sorry for the late reply. You finally responded. You may be in a panic at the word divorce, but this decision will not be reversed. I'm sorry, but I think there's a misunderstanding. I've been in the hospital with my husband the whole time. Don't lie. I'm not lying. I'm one of the victims who was involved in Terry's accident. What? You seem to have misunderstood a lot, so let me briefly explain the situation up to this point. First of all, I was in the intensive care unit for a few days right after I was admitted to the hospital. I have now been moved to a private room, but my phone was broken and I had to send it out for repair. That phone came back yesterday, but I can't type on it because my hand is injured. My best friend who came to visit me typed this message for me and I am replying to it right now. What the heck? When I contacted Terry, he didn't say anything about that. Well, he had to keep quiet, didn't he? Emily is obsessed with Terry and sees me as an enemy, so she has been sneaking into Terry's hospital room. She's been peeking at his messages on his phone and eavesdropping on our calls. Huh? It seems that she has been coming into our home without permission. I thought if she knew that I was in the same hospital, I didn't know what she would do to me. But it was also too much trouble to move to another hospital. I asked the hospital to put me in a private room, and I was able to hide from her by saying no visitors. By the way, the reason I just revealed this to you is Emily's parents have agreed to keep an eye on her. Keep an eye on her? Wait a minute. I don't get it. Why is Emily being watched? She's wonderful. She's a nice girl, isn't she? She was the first one to inform us about Terry's accident. She's been taking care of Terry in the hospital ever since. Don't talk like she's a criminal. She hasn't been charged yet, but she is a criminal. What? Emily explained the accident as Terry was hit by a car that ran a red light. In reality, Terry was waiting for a traffic light at a crosswalk when he was pushed forcefully from behind, fell dramatically toward the roadway. He was hit by a car that had just come along. You mean someone harmed Terry? Yeah, so it was Emily. Huh? But her pushing Terry somehow doesn't make sense. I think she might have pushed him by mistake, thinking it was me. Oh my! And then I was right next to Terry at the time. Oh. We were going on a trip. We were about to take a bus to the airport. We were at the busy intersection at the bus terminal. We were holding hands, and I was caught in his fall. The result? Well, I don't have to explain any further, do I? Oh no. We are thinking about filing a police report while discussing what we need to do from here on out. A report? But Emily might not have done it on purpose, right? Maybe she was so happy to see Terry that she bumped into him really hard. No, a police report is an overreaction. No, Emily pushed him on purpose. It's not like she bumped into him really hard. At that time, there were several people waiting for the light at the crosswalk, and Emily was just standing at first. As soon as she realized that Terry and I were right in front of her, she suddenly thrust out her arm and pushed him. Since then, witnesses have come forward, and there's no way she's going to be able to talk her way out of this. I'm sure the police will be talking to her in the near future. I see. Well, that's all for today. Huh. My best friend who is typing on my behalf is about to leave. And since the purpose of today's message was to correct a misunderstanding about me, I'll say goodbye for now. Emily, I can't believe you pushed Terry. You let him get hit by a car? I can't believe it. I entrusted Terry's care to such a dangerous person. I thought that you could make Terry a good wife. Oh, jeez. I know you can't reply to this message because you're being watched. We'll just pretend that there was no talk of you getting married to my son. And don't ever come near our family again, you criminal. Shelly, you're out of the hospital? If you got out of the hospital, why didn't you come and say hello to us? And you moved out. When things finally settled down at the store and I went to your house, it was deserted. Hurry up and tell us your new address. Hello. I did move, but I won't give you my address. Why not? Because if I tell you, you and the others will come barging in. Terry and I both still need to recuperate. We don't want a lot of noise and people. I won't be noisy. I'm telling you, I'll take care of you. No, thank you. All right. You're sulking, aren't you? Huh? You're mad because I said I'd have you divorce Terry, aren't you? Well, be happy. You're better than Emily, the criminal. I won't talk about divorce at all anymore. Oh my gosh. I'll accept the fact that you are my son's wife. And I'll even let you continue to work and be away from home a lot on business trips. Why are you being so condescending? Well, of course it's because I'm your mother-in-law and I'm your superior. It's only natural that I speak from such a standpoint. I understand. You haven't changed at all. What's that? Well, I'll be going now. Hey, answer me. Don't tell me you're just going to ignore me. Who do you think you are? What's this? Terry has your last name? He sent me and my husband a sealed letter declaring that he's disowning us. Please talk him out of it. Terry is my only son. I was planning for him to eventually take over the family business, but he's cutting ties with us? Shelly, please give me back Terry. There are actually two reasons why Terry and I moved out. Besides getting away from my in-laws, the other reason was that we could no longer live in our house because of Emily. When the surveillance of her started, she was driven out of our house. Before she left, she broke everything in the house to spite us. My best friend, who had gone to see the house first, said the situation was really bad. She helped us in getting rid of everything and finishing the moving process. Emily's parents covered the cost of the reimbursement for personal belongings and moving expenses. We were able to manage our living expenses while recuperating. As for Emily, we filed a police report. She was charged with attempted murder for intentionally pushing us, as well as other charges, including damage to property in the house. And now, she's safely behind bars. My husband and I, who are now free from my parents-in-law, will be able to lead our own lives peacefully. Come on, folks. Your steaks are ready. Wow, how luxurious. Thank you so much for doing this for us. Huh? Luna, I think you must be mistaken. The steaks are for our family. Well, then You get the mac and cheese. You're joking, right? Why would I joke at a time like this? I made you dinner, so just be a good girl and come and eat it. But... What? What are you complaining about? I'm letting you, an outsider, share our table with us. What more do you need? Tell me. We're going to be related, even if it's just mother and daughter-in-law. Then let me ask you something. Why is it that everyone else is having steak and I'm having macaroni and cheese? Are you working now? Do you have a job? Do you have an income? Well, I recently left my job to get married. I am unemployed now. What does that have to do with anything? It means that if you don't work, you don't eat. Huh? What are you surprised about? It's only natural for an adult, isn't it? If you were working and bringing home a paycheck, I would have given you a steak. Just be happy you got the mac and cheese. You're going to be Phil's wife. Oh no. I quit my job because Phil told me I had to if I wanted to marry him. Well, you talk as if it's our son's fault. You're the one who made the decision to quit, didn't you? That's true. That doesn't make this right. I'd rather go home than eat something different than everyone else. Oh my, the water's boiling, but you don't want to eat? That's too bad. I'm going home. Is that so? Then hurry on now. We have to eat dinner before the steaks get cold. Okay, bye. Luna, why did you leave? Phil, I wasn't sure if I could get along with your mother. What? What happened while I was at work? You weren't here when I got home, and Mom's already in bed, so I don't get it. I'm sorry. I was going to wait until you got home from work, but I just couldn't. Couldn't? What's going on with you and Mom? The thing is, your mother made dinner. Yeah, my sister said it was steak today. What about it? It was steak for everyone, but me. I was the only one who got mac and cheese. Huh? So that's how it is. She said if you don't work, you don't eat. And it's true, I'm unemployed. But the only reason I quit my job is because you told me if I wanted to get married, I had to. Well, that's true, but... What? Are you taking your mother's side? Are you saying I'm wrong? I'm not taking anyone's side, but Mom was bullied by her mother-in-law, my grandma, so maybe she's just doing the same thing. I'm sorry that happened, but that means I'm going to be bullied too? I don't know. I don't know about that. So, do you not want to get married to me now? I like you, Phil, and I want to marry you. But to be honest, I don't know if I can get along with your mother. Oh, I see. You're okay with marriage? What are you saying? Come on. You're the one who doesn't want to get married to me. No way. What are you talking about? I'm going to have a talk with my mother. Don't worry about it. Yes, please. I want to make things work with my mother-in-law. Okay, I understand. Hello, Luna. Is something wrong? No, I think I made you uncomfortable the other night with dinner, and Phil scolded me. Oh, about that? I'm already over that. Even if you say so, it doesn't make me feel any better. So, I'm not trying to clear my name, but would you like to have lunch with me tomorrow? What? Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. The rest of the family will be out of town on business, so it'll be just the two of us, and we can have a nice leisurely lunch. No one else will be home? If it's not too much trouble for you. Yes, good. Well, I wonder if I could have you come over tomorrow at 11 a.m. We can talk about all kinds of things. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Does Phil know about this? No, I haven't told him. And could you please not mention it to him? Huh? Why? I'll tell you about it tomorrow. It's a bit complicated. I'm sorry. Oh, I understand. Well, I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'll be waiting. Luna, are you okay? I still can't believe it. I'm sorry I had to tell you all that awful stuff. But I couldn't stand by and watch a nice young lady like you go through even more pain. If what you just told me is true, I can't go on marrying Phil. Yes, I'm sure you couldn't. My son really is an idiot. Mom, let's calm down. Thank you. You really are a wonderful young lady to be so kind to me like this. No, I just need to get my head straight for once. Right. Like I said before, Phil is thinking of leaving you and marrying another woman. No matter how many times I hear that, it's still a shock. I'm sorry, but it's the truth, and you have to accept it. I know it's hard. Yes, I know that. So he wanted you to be mean to me so I would call off the wedding on my own? Yes, that's right. He's been telling me to be hard on you. Even though you were coming over, he made up some excuse about work and stayed away. The more I hear about him, the worse he sounds. Phil said that you pressured him into marriage, so I thought you were some kind of terrible woman. But when I met you, I was surprised to find out you're a very nice young lady. I can't believe he said that about me. I know it's all my son's fault. You're not such a bad person. I could see that when I met you. Thank you. And I'm sorry about the steak. I'm ashamed that's the only thing I could think of. No, Phil told me. He said your mother-in-law used to bully you. I'm sure it must have been hard on you too. Luna, even though he's my son, I'm going to help you get back at Phil. What? Are you sure? Of course I am. I want to do something to make him regret not marrying you. Thanks for the support. Once that's decided, we'll have to make a plan. Will we see each other again soon? Of course. I'm always available, so please contact me. Okay, let's go for it. Luna, I want to talk to you about tomorrow. Are you still awake? Yeah, I'm still awake. I'm going to make another visit to your house tomorrow as planned. Are you sure you're okay? About what? Oh, you know, about how you were crying about how mean Mom was the other day. The other day? Yeah, that time with the steak. I don't care one bit about that anymore. You don't? Well, if you're not that worried about it, but you don't have to do anything you don't want to. What are you talking about? I'm going to be a member of your family. When I think about all the things that I'll have to deal with in the future, I can't cry and whimper about something like that. You've grown so strong. Well, I'll be with you tomorrow, so if something happens, I'll be there to help you out. You don't have to do anything you don't want to either. What are you talking about? You're much more important to me than Mom. I'm glad. I believe you when you say that. Anyway, I haven't told Mom about the job yet, so don't say anything. You're kidding. You haven't told her yet? That you're looking for a job? I missed the chance to do it before, and now we're busy with the engagement and everything. But you're asking me to go along with you, not telling her something as important as that? You know, I can't tell her. I can't tell her that I was fired from my last job for bad performance. I know that's hard to say, and I'm sure your mother will understand. She's a kind person. What do you mean? What are you saying about my mother being kind? Did you forget about all the mean stuff she did to you? That's true, but she's kind to you and your family, right? That's what I meant. Yeah, well, but I don't want to disappoint my mom, so I'm not going to say anything. You keep your mouth shut too. Don't talk about anything that'll make things worse. Okay, fine. Hey, Luna, what the hell do you think you're doing? What are you mad at me for? I can't let this go. Why did you tell Mom I was unemployed? I was the only one with mac and cheese again, so I was just joking when I told you you should have mac and cheese too. Your mother must have overheard me. I didn't mean to tell her. I'm sorry. Now Mom's giving me the cold shoulder, and I'm going to be living the mac and cheese life from tomorrow on. What are you going to do about it? Well, you know, no work, no food, right? Then why don't you just get a job? What's the matter with you? Don't talk like that. I'm looking for a job so that I can marry you. I want to work for a good company so that I can make better money than before. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Don't talk to me like I'm doing nothing. I'm not like you. You don't have to talk to me like that. I didn't quit my job because I wanted to. I quit my job because you told me to. And I didn't quit my job just to have an easy life. I didn't ask you to do that. If you were so against it, you should have just stayed with the company. Huh? What are you talking about? You said if I wanted to get married, then I had to quit my job. I did tell you to quit your current job. But why don't you just go work at another place? Don't blame others for not working. Huh? What do you mean? Are you saying that I should work, but that I shouldn't have worked at the other place? I don't understand what you're saying at all. Was something wrong with my previous workplace? Huh? No. It's not like that, but you know how far your work was from home, right? Well, when we got married, I was going to live at your place, but I didn't really mind the longer commute. And you said you didn't like your boss at work. That's true, but who doesn't have that problem when they're working? Don't tell me that's the only reason you wanted me to quit. You say that's the only reason, but for me, I couldn't stand by and watch my fiancé go through a tough time. You have to understand how I feel. Yeah, I get it. Okay, good then. Good morning, Luna. I'm sorry I showed my dark side last night. No, I'm sorry too for keeping Phil's secret from you. It's okay. He asked you to keep quiet anyway, didn't he? Yes, he did. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. But, you know, I also wanted to apologize for serving mac and cheese to you again. So can we call it even? Yes, of course. But yesterday, I knew from the start and I enjoyed my mac and cheese. Really? That's good. I'll treat you to something really good next time. So please forgive me this time around. I look forward to it. So, is it true that you quit your job because Phil told you to? I couldn't ask you much yesterday, so I was curious. Yeah, about that, it's true. Phil said he felt sorry for me having to commute so far. He didn't want to put me through that. He also said that I had a boss I didn't like, and I shouldn't have to work so hard. That's his recent one. That's the reason? That's right. I thought it was because he didn't want his wife to work. But when I asked him, he said that wasn't the case. He's not against me working. What? What do you mean? You mean he doesn't mind you working? Yes, that's right. It's okay to work at another place, as long as it's not that place. Hey, Luna, you said you worked for a real estate agency. Yes, I did. It's a little far from here, but did you know that? I told you that Phil wants to marry a woman other than you. Yes, I remember. What about it? Actually, it seems that the other woman works for the same real estate agency. What? What the hell is going on? Well, Phil didn't give me any details, but he said that both women work for a real estate agent in the same area. So I didn't think it was possible. I can't believe it. That means he's having an affair with my coworker. That's what it means. I'm so ashamed as a parent. What am I going to do now? That boy is planning to bring the other woman home soon. What? That's unforgivable, even though he has me? That's right. I don't know what he's thinking, so I'll do something about it then. I appreciate your concern, but please don't do anything that could hurt your relationship. You're worried about me? But it's okay. I can't put up with this anymore. I'm gonna tell him straight out. Thank you. I'll be in touch. Hey, Luna, what the hell are you doing? What is it? You seem angry. Did I do something? I haven't seen you recently.
Don't play dumb with me. You're the one who said something to my mom to get her to do it.
So what the hell are you talking about? What's wrong with your mother?
Don't be ridiculous. I didn't tell her to, but she was bullying Crystal. I told her to be hard on you, but I never told her to do the same to Crystal.
Hey, wait. What have you been talking about all this time? Who's Crystal?
Huh? I thought you knew her. That's why you've been avoiding me on your own lately, right? All I had to do was wait for you to break up with me.
What are you talking about? I'm going to break up with you?
Oh, man. You really didn't know anything, did you?
Wait, what do you mean? Who's Crystal? You're not having an affair, are you?
Since I've told you this much, there's no point in hiding it. Yes.
You're having an affair?
It's not cheating. It's more like she's my true love.
That's terrible. What's wrong with me?
Well, Crystal's family is rich, and if we get married, I'll get her parents' inheritance in the future.
What? You mean you're after money? You're such an awful person.
Well, at first, I was just after her money, but now I want to be with her because I like her. So, I'm sorry, but I want to break up with you. I want you to call off the engagement.
Yeah, okay.
Huh? Really?
I don't want to marry a guy who cheats like you do.
Don't talk like that. I've found true love.
I'm sorry. Well, I'll make sure you get what you deserve.
What? What do you mean, deserve? I don't know, but I'm glad you're leaving me. Well, I hope things work out for you next time.
Oh, get lost. Hello. I'm sorry it's so late at night.
Luna,
Phil didn't give you a hard time, did he? Were you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry you had a hard time. I haven't heard the details, but I heard you were hard on that woman, Crystal.
I'm fine. She was kind of an annoying woman, and Phil's attitude pissed me off.
I see, so that's what happened. I just called off my engagement to Phil, too.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, but leave it to my friend to take care of things from here on out.
I didn't expect to be able to claim compensation for breaking off the engagement, so I'm glad you told me about it.
I'm glad my friend is a lawyer. I'll consult with him about it.
Thank you so much. By the way, that woman, Crystal, is she a tall person, over 30 by any chance?
Yes, she is. She said she's quite older than you, but she seems to be a very competitive person with a good work ethic. She's a former colleague of yours, isn't she?
One person who comes to mind is a boss I had a hard time with. I'm pretty sure her first name was Crystal, so I'm thinking that must be her.
Did something bad happen?
It was nothing at first, but at some point, she started being cold to just me. It escalated day by day, and in the end, it was like she was bullying me.
Well, it's a good thing you quit that kind of workplace. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
To think that now I find out why I was being bullied.
Phil knew and didn't say anything, I'm sure. What a man. I made a mistake raising him.
It's not your fault. It's Phil's fault.
I wonder if there's anything we can do to stop that woman from becoming his wife.
Oh, yeah. Phil said that Crystal's family is rich, and he's counting on her inheritance.
What's with that boy? He said such a shallow thing.
Yeah, someone at work said that Crystal's parents lost a lot of money in the stock market, and that their fortune was completely wiped out.
What? Then the part about being rich?
That must have been before. I don't think they are particularly wealthy now. I think they sold their house.
I wonder if Phil knows about that.
He might not. I wonder what would happen if he knew.
I heard he's inviting Crystal over again soon, so I'll ask him.
He said he's not in it for the money now, but I wonder what would happen.
I'll keep you posted.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Luna, listen, I'm sorry. I want to start over with you again. Just give me another chance.
Oh, come on.
You were all I had. I finally woke up.
I'm sorry, but it's too late.
It's not too late. We weren't married yet. Let's get engaged again and start over.
What happened to your true love?
Damn, it wasn't true. I couldn't forget about you.
It was because Crystal wasn't rich, wasn't it?
What are you talking about? That's not what this is about.
It's because Crystal isn't rich. She's just an older woman, right? That's why you quit the marriage and want to get back together with me, isn't it? And by the way, you found out about my family, didn't you?
What are you talking about? I love everything about you. Please forgive me. What do you mean about your family? I really don't know about that.
I won't start over with you now, no matter what you say. My parents, they run a resort up north. Didn't I tell you?
I never heard about that. All you ever said was they have a home in the north.
Oh, I remember. My parents' resort was recently visited by a famous YouTube star who came to stay there and promoted it as a nice retro place to stay.
Oh, I see.
And you know, the reservations are flooding in, and there won't be any vacancies for the next year or so.
That's great.
Yeah. And since my engagement is over and I don't have plans anymore, I've been asked to come back home to help out at the resort.
What? You're going home, Luna?
That's right. And I'm thinking of taking over the business eventually. The number of customers has been decreasing recently, and there was talk of closing the business. So I want to continue if I can.
I'll go with you.
What? What are you talking about?
So, marry me and take over the resort.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you, didn't I?
What? What is it?
I'm dating someone for marriage. We've only just started dating, but I think things will work out this time.
Huh? Who the hell is that? Who is it? What am I supposed to do?
He's that YouTube guy I was telling you about. I've been talking to him about the resort, and we've become friends.
Damn it. How did this happen?
Oh yeah, I have to tell you something.
Huh? To me? What?
I've been very hurt by this breakup of our engagement. I'm going to file for damages for the emotional distress you caused, so get ready for that.
Huh?
Well then, that's that. Goodbye.
Huh? Hey, don't be like that.
I went back to my parents' house to take over the resort with my YouTuber boyfriend. He's been promoting the charms of country life on his channel, and the town is coming alive with more and more immigrants and tourists. My mother-in-law also came to the resort with Phil's family, and we continue to have a very good relationship. But I haven't had any contact with Phil since then, as I was told by my lawyer not to contact him. My mother-in-law says that he's been drinking and moping around every day, and it's unclear whether he feels any remorse or not. It seems that he's going to be sent to live and work at a relative's factory in the near future. It seems to be a very tough job, and he's not happy about it at all. I want him to work hard and compensate me. Crystal quit her job because she couldn't stay there after her coworkers found out that she stole her coworker's man. My ex-colleague says that maybe she lost her motivation after quitting her job, or maybe she has aged completely. I'm busy every day, but thanks to the beauty baths at the resort spa, my skin is glowing, and I have a reputation as a beautiful young proprietress.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you. It's almost 7 o'clock and you're still not home. Where on earth are you?
I'm sorry, Rebecca. I have to do overtime, so I might be late coming home again today.
Don't give me such an obvious lie.
What? I'm not lying.
You're using work as an excuse, aren't you? Don't you know your position as a wife?
No, it's really work.
Then what's your plan for dinner? Don't tell me I should cook my own dinner.
Well, I already cooked dinner this morning. It's all in the fridge. Just eat that for dinner.
What? Are you giving orders to your mother-in-law?
What? No, I'm just telling you that there's dinner for you.
I'm really disappointed in you, Taylor. You know what? You don't have to come home today.
What?
I mean, not just today. You don't have to come home for the rest of your life.
What do you mean by that?
I've had enough of you. You have failed as my son's wife. Therefore, you will divorce Paul.
What? What are you talking about, divorce out of nowhere?
Listen, do you even realize how much trouble you're causing me and my son? Just think about it.
I never thought that way.
Put your hand on your heart and ask yourself. You're too focused on your work. You're not fulfilling your duties as a wife at all.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by duties as a wife. I'm not neglecting household chores. If I have to work overtime, like today, I prepare dinner in the morning. And I do cleaning and laundry almost every day.
That's not the point.
What?
Even though it's been 5 years since you got married, you still haven't given us a grandchild. All my friends have grandchildren. Meanwhile, no matter how long we wait, no grandchild is born. Everyone around me boasts about their grandchildren. Do you know how miserable I feel?
But
even Paul loves children. But because of you, he can't become a father no matter how much time passes. It was such a mistake that he married a defective woman like you.
Defective? You don't have to say it like that.
Well, what else can you call it other than that? Normally, after 5 years of marriage, it's only natural to have 1 or 2 children. Oh, poor Paul. Because of a useless wife, he still can't have his own child.
Why do you assume it's my fault? I did undergo tests at the hospital, but they didn't find any signs of me being infertile.
You can't rely on that. Even if there's no sign on the test result, the fact remains. I still have no grandchild. Come to think of it, you're an only child, right? Whether it's genetics or something else, I'm pretty sure you are difficult to get pregnant.
I don't know how to put it in words. I don't think it's about my genetics. It's just challenging for us as a couple to conceive a child.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you've noticed. Paul has been coming home late a lot lately. We sleep in separate rooms these days. There's just no chance, you know?
That's because you're not attractive as a woman. Working aggressively like a man, you're not feminine. Make more effort to be loved by your husband. It's your fault that Paul doesn't sleep with you.
So you want to blame everything on me.
Anyway, you're useless if you can't have children. Pack up your things and leave our house right away.
If you insist, I don't mind leaving. Before that, please let me talk to Paul one last time. After all, it's our problem between me and Paul.
No, it's not just a problem between you two. It's a huge family problem. I won't allow any contact with Paul.
What?
Considering how cunning you are, you're probably trying to manipulate Paul into not divorcing.
Are you serious? We can't even have a proper discussion about divorce?
If you want to talk to Paul, do it through me. I mean, I don't think there's anything left to discuss anymore.
What?
Paul is getting remarried soon.
Remarried?
Yes, because Paul will be a father.
No way. That means Paul was cheating on me?
Yes. His affair partner got pregnant, so please hurry up and divorce him.
Unbelievable. I had a feeling Paul was cheating, but I never imagined he got someone pregnant.
Well, ideally, they should have remarried before having children. But we can't change what's already happened.
I don't know what to say. I see. If that's the case, I guess there's nothing else I could do. But let me ask you something. Your own son cheated on his wife and got that woman pregnant. Are you okay with welcoming a woman who casually dates married men as your daughter-in-law?
Of course. There are things I don't like about it. But as Paul mentioned, his affair partner is apparently a young woman in her early 20s. She'll likely give birth to many grandchildren in the future, which is much better than a completely useless woman like you who can't have children.
Is that so? Then I'll divorce him right away. I've also had enough, both for Paul and for you.
Good.
But I won't agree to any property division.
What?
Of course, I won't give a single penny to that cheater.
You're so greedy. You've wasted 5 years of Paul's life. You should feel sorry for that. Plus, Paul is going to have a child soon. Raising a child costs a lot of money. Yet you have no empathy? How selfish can you be?
That's none of my business.
Oh my goodness, what a cold-hearted person.
I'll have my lawyer contact Paul, so please tell Paul to cooperate.
Well, whatever. You'll live a lonely life without ever having children. So out of pity, I'll let you do whatever you want. But please never come near Paul again. Don't come back saying you're lonely and want to get back together with him.
Don't worry. I never want to see the face of the scumbag who betrayed me.
Oh God, you're still disrespectful to the bitter end. Hey Taylor, it's been a while since we've talked. I hope you've been doing well.
Rebecca? Wow, it's been a while. What do you need this time, huh?
Oh, come on. I just wanted to say hello to you.
Oh, really? Well, there's no need to do that. We are strangers.
You never changed. I reached out to you after 7 years, and you still don't know how to respect me.
So, what made you contact me? Wait, don't tell me you contacted me about your son's divorce.
What? How did you know?
I heard it through rumors. Isn't it the third divorce already?
It can't be helped. After all, couples are just two different people. If their values don't match, there's nothing left but divorce.
Values, huh? Well, leaving that aside, you contacted me after 7 years. Is something going on?
I have good news for you.
Good news?
Yeah, pretty good one. For a miserable single lady like you, I've brought you an offer to get back together with my son.
What?
You can come back to our family. You can remarry Paul again.
Remarry?
Don't worry. Paul just got divorced recently, so he's single now. Paul married 3 women, including you. But none of them ended up having children. He's almost 40, right? It seems he's getting tired of it. He started to think maybe he can give up on having children.
Oh.
I really wanted grandchildren too, but children are a blessing. It can't be helped. But now, I'm worried about my own old age. So Paul and I talked it over, and we decided to give you another chance.
Why are you talking like I'm the one who wanted to get back with him?
Why not? Aren't you happy that you can get married with him again?
Not at all.
What?
I have no intention of becoming the caregiver for my ex-husband and ex-mother-in-law.
Being a caregiver? It's not like that. I'm just saying, let's be a family again.
You're trying to use me. Both you and Paul are getting older. So you're bringing me back to be your housekeeper and caregiver, right?
No, I'm not. You really have a messed up personality, don't you?
I just realized something. Did you say that Paul still doesn't have any children? I thought after we divorced, he became a father. You have a grandchild, don't you?
Actually...
Why doesn't he start over with her instead of me? You were happy when she got pregnant, weren't you?
There's just a lot of things that happened. He can't get back together with her.
Why not?
Actually, the child she was carrying wasn't his.
Oh, really? That sucks.
I can't believe I was completely fooled. She claimed the child was Paul's. But when the child was born, it didn't resemble Paul at all. So just to be sure, we did a DNA test. It confirmed that Paul wasn't the father. And there's more. After we found out that the child wasn't Paul's, she disappeared with the child. She took Paul's cards, cash, and all valuable belongings from the house. She seemed like such a nice lady. I never thought she was capable of cheating and stealing.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
What's so funny about it?
You never thought she was a cheater? Did you forget how they started dating?
Well, that's...
Paul brought this upon himself. Well, isn't it a good thing he realized early that it wasn't his child?
You really messed up. Anyway, that's how it is. I will welcome you back as Paul's wife. Since you can't have children, you probably won't be able to remarry anyway.
No, thank you.
Huh? Why? I'm offering you a helping hand and you're refusing? There's no reason to refuse.
I already have a husband.
No way. You married?
Yes, I remarried the year after divorcing Paul.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why do I have to tell you? You're a stranger to me.
I thought nobody would marry a woman like you. But I feel sorry for your new husband. Even though he married you, he will never be a father.
I have 5 children, though.
What did you say? How is that possible? Oh, I see. I understand. You mean you have 5 stepchildren. Wow. Having to raise 5 children who aren't your own? That must be tough for you.
No, they're all my biological children.
You're kidding.
Well, when I remarried, I never imagined I'd have 5 kids. 3 children a year, then we had twins. Both my husband and I are busy taking care of them every day.
Why? How? How can you have 5 children when you're supposed to be infertile?
I'm pretty sure I told you about it. I had medical tests done, and there was no sign of me being infertile.
But you didn't get pregnant at all with Paul?
Yeah, but even so, I quickly got pregnant with my current husband. It proves that I wasn't the reason why I didn't get pregnant, don't you think?
Are you trying to say my son is infertile?
It's just obvious. He has been with many women before, but none of them ever got pregnant, right? Doesn't that simply prove that something's wrong with Paul?
Oh my God.
Listen, Rebecca, your son is probably infertile.
No way.
Deep down, you had an idea about it, didn't you? But maybe you didn't want to accept that your son was infertile. I don't think he had any tests done.
Paul being infertile is impossible. Not being able to have children is just a coincidence. It's definitely not Paul's fault.
Then you should get him tested. You believe that he's not infertile, right?
Yes. Maybe you're right. I will ask him to get tested. I'll prove that Paul isn't infertile.
All right, good luck. I have to go now. My child started crying.
Hey, Taylor, I have something to tell you.
What now?
You said you have 5 children, right?
Yes?
I'd like to adopt one of them.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
It was confirmed that Paul was infertile.
Ah, so he went for tests right away.
He was devastated when he heard the results. Even though he'd already given up on having children, finding out he was infertile was a huge shock for him. Now he's skipping work and shutting himself in at home.
Oh, but why do you want to adopt one of my children?
Even though you divorced, you were once part of our family. The children you bore are practically Paul's too.
What? No.
Just give me one of your children. If we welcome a child in our home, I'm sure Paul will return to his old self.
That's such a selfish idea.
Even for you, raising 5 children must be hard, right? I'm trying to lessen your burden, so be grateful. I'll adopt one of them, so give me the smartest, cutest one. My son and I will raise them with care.
Are you serious? Have you gone completely insane?
How rude! I'm not losing my mind. Hey, if possible, I'd prefer a boy. I'll make him the heir to our family. With 5 children, surely there's at least one boy, right?
Well, actually, all 5 of them are boys.
Wow, that's perfect. Let me have one of them. Boys eat a lot as they grow up. With 5 of them, the food bill will be huge. Let me help you, Taylor.
Even so, I can't just hand over my precious children to you.
We have the right to take them.
You are insane. I would never give my child up for adoption, especially not to a scumbag like you.
Excuse me? What do you mean by scumbag?
It means exactly what it means.
You ungrateful bastard! How dare you speak like that to your former mother-in-law who took care of you?
What? I don't recall ever being taken care of by you. I've managed all the housework while working full-time. If anything, I was the one who took care of you. I've been snubbed a lot by you for not being able to have children. For 5 years, I've been enduring you and your son.
What are you bragging about? Fulfilling your duties as a wife was your responsibility.
It's a good thing I got away from you too. Thanks to that, I met a kind husband and was blessed with 5 lovely children. I'm happy every day.
Don't you feel like sharing that happiness with us?
Not at all. So that's why I don't need your son in my life again. And I would never give my child to you.
Oh, please, Taylor.
I'm sorry, but I have to go now. I don't want to have any further involvement with you.
Wait a moment. You're the only one who can help Paul, you know.
Why do I have to be the one to help? Please stop clinging to the ex-wife you kicked out. Don't you have any pride?
Please, come back. If not, just give us the children.
That's enough. I'm blocking you now. Goodbye. After that conversation, I immediately blocked Rebecca. According to rumors, Rebecca had been asking all relatives about my whereabouts. I heard that she was planning to storm into my house. Since everyone knew Rebecca was an insane person, nobody provided her with information. My ex-husband Paul has been completely depressed and stopped going out since he found out about infertility. He finally quit his job and kept to himself in his room. Since his father has already passed away, it seems that Rebecca is now working part-time to support the family. She had been a housewife for a long time and never worked before, so she seemed to get fired soon after being hired. Now she's doing her best to get a job and support her son in old age. As for me, I'm enjoying happy days with my husband and 5 children. In the past, I went through some tough times, being accused of infertility. But now, I'm incredibly happy. From now on, I want to continue living happily with my beloved family.
Babe,
Hey, babe. What's wrong?
I received a call from an unknown number again. It's been happening every day lately. It's creepy.
Again? Maybe someone's pranking on you.
Like who?
Oh, I don't know.
It's just weird.
Probably it's just a prank. You don't have to overthink about it. Just ignore it. They will stop eventually.
I hope so.
Anyway, how's Alyssa?
She's fine. She was napping earlier, but when I received the call, she woke up and started crying.
Oh, that sucks.
They call me so many times a day. I'm scared to block the number because it might escalate to something else.
Yeah, you're right. Just ignore it and it will be fine.
I wish I could find out who's calling me like this and what they want from me.
If the person is calling you from an unknown number, there's nothing we can do to find out who they are.
Yeah, it really sucks. Oh no, Alyssa started crying again. I'll talk to you later, babe. Oh god, I received another call again.
Babe, you don't have to let me know every time you receive a call.
I know, but this time it was different.
What do you mean?
It seems like the person who's calling me has a baby.
What?
I answered the call this time and I heard a baby crying. From the sound of it, it's probably a baby about Alyssa's age.
Really? Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, I think the person who was calling me was carrying a baby in their arms.
Do you think it was a woman?
I don't know, but maybe.
Do you have any friends who have a baby that would prank you like this? It's just a prank, babe. It'll stop eventually.
I don't have any friends who would prank me like this. It makes me really curious about who's calling me.
Hey, I told you to just ignore the call. Things are getting creepier now.
Yeah, you're right. I will just ignore the call next time.
Hey, babe. I miss you and our baby girl. How's our little angel doing?
We went to the grocery earlier and she's sleeping now. She probably got tired.
Aw. Can you send me more pictures of Alyssa, babe? I really miss her.
Sure, babe.
Oh, anyway, what's up with that phone call lately?
Oh, that. I just ignored the phone call and they haven't called me for a couple of weeks now. You were right, babe.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew it was just a prank.
Do you still think it was just a prank? But why would someone make a prank call involving a baby?
I don't know. Maybe that person was just really bored while watching over a baby?
Babe, that's impossible. Do you know how hard it is to make a baby fall asleep?
You're right. Anyway, it stopped now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's almost Mother's Day. Why don't we visit your mom next weekend?
Let me check on that.
Is everything okay? I haven't seen her since Alyssa was born, and I'd love to bring her some flowers and let her meet Alyssa.
I know, but my mom's been busy these days.
I see. And do you think next week would be a bad time for a visit?
I think she mentioned that she has some appointments.
Oh, really?
Let me call my mom tonight and see what's going on.
Okay, babe. Hey, Emma? Hi, Victoria. It's been a while. How are you? There's something we need to discuss. Is something wrong? It's about Alyssa.
Alyssa? What's wrong?
What's wrong? Oh my god. I've reached my limit.
Huh? What did I do?
Why do I have to babysit Alyssa every single day? I said I'd help out once in a while, but not be a full-time babysitter.
What? I never asked you to watch Alyssa for me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh dear. There's no point in acting dumb. You know what? What you're doing is unacceptable. You have failed as Alyssa's mother.
Hey, calm down, Victoria. I think you're misunderstanding something.
No, it's just too much.
So you're saying you're taking care of my daughter right now?
Yes, it's been 3 weeks already.
That can't be true. Alyssa is with me right now.
You think I'm lying? Check with my son. Every day before he goes to work, he drops Alyssa at my house.
What?
At first, he told me that you had the flu with a high fever, so he needed to take you to the hospital, and he asked me to take care of Alyssa for the day.
Really?
But then, he kept giving me different excuses, saying you weren't able to take care of Alyssa. He would bring her over every morning and pick her up in the evening after work. I thought you had started working and couldn't find anyone to look after her, so I didn't say anything.
What the hell? Really?
But when I confronted Timothy about it the other day, he said you barely come home because you're too busy going out every night.
This is crazy. None of this is true.
What?
That child that you are taking care of, that's not Alyssa.
Of course it's her. There's no way I would mistake my grandchild's face.
But babies' faces change a lot in a short period of time. When she was born, she looked like Timothy. But now her face looks a lot like mine these days.
What? Alyssa looks just like Timothy. She doesn't look anything like you.
Even Timothy said that she looked exactly like me.
What? Really?
Yeah, I can prove it to you through a video call.
No, it's fine. I believe you now.
I wonder who the baby with you is.
What is Timothy thinking? I'm gonna call him right now.
Hold on, Victoria. I have a great idea.
What? Oh Lord, what if Timothy kidnapped this child from somebody? I've been taking care of a stranger's child?
Hey, calm down. How about I take care of that baby with you starting tomorrow?
For what? Why don't we ask Timothy what's going on?
Maybe he's hiding something. If we confront him, he might just lie.
That's true. I'll pretend I don't know anything when Timothy comes over later.
Okay, thank you. I'll go over there tomorrow with Alyssa.
Oh God, this is crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Let's find out whose baby that is. Hey Emma, are you out? I asked you to receive a package for me, right? I received a notification that the delivery attempt had failed.
Did you?
I'm sorry. I totally forgot about that. I'm actually at your mom's house. What? Why? Why? I wanted to see Victoria. Is it weird? No, not at all. But you didn't mention anything about going there.
So, who is this baby?
I'm sorry, Emma.
Answer my question.
He's actually my boss's kid.
What? Your boss's? Why are you leaving his baby with your mother? And you even lied about it, saying the baby is Alyssa.
Actually, my boss's wife ran away from him, and he didn't have anyone to take care of the child.
So why are you supposed to take care of the child?
I made a terrible mistake at work, and my boss took the blame for it with me. I owe him big time, you know?
So you just do everything your boss says now?
He's helped me with a lot of things. I just want to help him this time. I told my mom that the baby was Alyssa so she would take care of her.
You are so selfish. You should have told me about it.
I'm sorry.
So are you planning on having your mother take care of this baby from now on?
Yeah, but only until my boss finds a place where he can put her in daycare or something.
Your mother messaged me saying I've been pushing the baby onto her all this time. She just told me she's reached her limit.
Oh no.
First of all, it's not your mother's responsibility to take care of that child. You should talk to your boss.
I know, but...
Do you want me to talk to your boss?
No, you don't have to do that.
Then do something about it.
Alright, alright.
Anyway, I'm taking care of the baby at home now.
What?
You can't ask your mom to take care of the baby anymore.
But 2 babies? It's too much work, right?
That's fine.
Think of it as Alyssa having a sister. And it won't be forever, right?
Well, yeah, but...
So what's the girl's name anyway? It's not Alyssa, right?
It's Erica.
Alyssa and Erica. It really sounds like sisters.
Yeah.
Like your mother said, she looks so much like you.
Huh? What are you talking about? She's my boss's kid. She can't look like me. That's ridiculous.
Why are you mad?
I'm not. Just stop saying weird things.
Weird things, huh?
What?
It's weird that the child's eyes are the same color as yours and even has curly hair.
What are you trying to say, huh?
I'm just kidding.
Whatever, I will talk to my boss and take care of it. Just don't overthink anything.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, babe.
Erica's mother came to our house.
What?
She thanked me for taking care of the baby, and she says she still wants to raise her by herself.
Oh, really? Why don't you just give the baby back to her and ask her to leave?
What? There's no proof that she's Erica's mother, right? What if she's some kind of weirdo?
Then what do you want me to do?
Why don't you contact your boss?
Oh, you are right.
It's your boss's wife, right? Why don't you just tell him his wife is at our house right now? Is there some reason you can't tell him?
But he's in an important meeting right now. I can't say that.
Well then, I guess I'll just have her wait until we hear back from your boss.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I think you should ask her to leave now.
Why? Shouldn't we have her confirm that she's the real mother and take Erica home with her?
That's...
Why don't you just admit it already?
What do you mean?
I know everything now.
What do you mean, everything?
Erica, she's your child, isn't she?
What are you talking about? There's no way Erica is my child.
The mother, Diane, told me everything.
Diane? I don't know about her.
Oh, come on. I know you two were dating before you married me. She told me you decided to marry me because I got pregnant first.
That's not true. I love you. That's why I married you. I was just playing around with Diane.
Stop lying. She said you two were still dating even when I was pregnant.
But I broke up with her.
You dumped her when you found out she was pregnant, didn't you? Ugh, you really disgust me.
I didn't know she was pregnant. There's no proof that I'm the father of her child. She's probably lying.
Actually, she brought the DNA test result. I know she already sent it to you too.
Ugh, damn it. So she literally told you everything, huh?
I can't believe you were lying to me all this time.
I'm sorry.
So you knew that Diane was the one calling me.
I didn't know at first, but then I thought maybe she did. So I asked her and...
So that's why you asked your mother to take care of the child, huh?
She said if I took care of the baby during the day, she wouldn't tell you about this.
Your mother was so shocked when I told her about it.
I'm sorry.
Timothy, let's get a divorce.
Why?
What do you mean, why? You're a cheater, a liar, a scumbag.
Please, Emma, don't do this to me.
I can never forgive you.
Please, I love you so much. Please.
Stop it. We are done. I will never let you see Alyssa ever again.
What?
Oh, by the way, Diane said she's leaving you and marrying someone else.
Oh no.
Just make sure you pay child support for Alyssa, okay?
Please, Emma, don't do this to me.
Oh, there's more.
What?
I called your office earlier.
You did what?
Funny thing, your boss answered the phone. So I told him that his wife was at my house.
What the hell? What have you done?
It's not my fault. He told me it was his wife.
Oh, God.
Well, if you didn't lie to me, it wouldn't have happened.
I don't know what to do now.
It's all your fault.
Shut up, I know.
Anyway, I can't let you stay in my house anymore.
My house?
This house was built on my parents' land. It's mine.
What the hell? I didn't know that. Where should I stay now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to see your face again.
Emma, please forgive me. I will never lie to you.
You shouldn't go to your parents' house because your mother is really mad at you. Thank God Alyssa doesn't look like you. Well, thank you for everything, and good luck with your life. Goodbye.
Emma, no. Please, forgive me.
Hey, Victoria. Emma, I'm really sorry about our stupid son. You did nothing wrong. Please, don't apologize. You were such a good wife to him. And yet, that idiot. I kicked him out of the house, and I think he might come to your place. Oh, no way I will help that idiot. I can't believe he grew up exactly like his dad. Like his dad? My ex-husband cheated on me too. Timothy always comforted me when I was crying. I thought he knew how painful it is to be cheated on. Really? Timothy didn't tell me anything about that. I'm sorry you've been through that, Victoria. I didn't want you to experience the same thing as I did. I'm so sorry, dear. It's been tough, but knowing I have your support means a lot to me. I thought I finally had the daughter I always wanted and a beautiful granddaughter. I'm really sad that it ended up like this. It's not the end for us, Victoria. You're like a mother to me. I'll always visit you. Oh dear, that makes me so happy. Please, always take care. If there's anything I could do, I'm always here for you. Thank you, Victoria. When things have settled down, I will visit with Alyssa. A few months after our divorce was finalized, I moved to a different town to start my new life with my daughter. On the other hand, Timothy's affair was the talk of the office. Apparently, he was also hitting on the receptionist at the office and got fired for his inappropriate behavior. After he got fired, he tried to find a new job, but he kept getting fired. I heard he started gambling to make money. The other day, Victoria received a call from Timothy saying he had lost all his money at the casino. Of course, Victoria did not offer help and told him to take care of himself. I hope someday he gets back on track and becomes a better person. This marked the end of our story. Life goes on, and I'm focusing on building a better future for myself and my daughter.
Hey, honey. Catherine messaged me again about tomorrow. You're really not going?
Yeah. Like I told you, I'm not meeting her fiancé.
Really? Even though Catherine isn't your biological daughter, you've been her mother for 16 years. You have to be there too.
I know. But Catherine told me she doesn't want me to meet her fiancé. I will just stay home tomorrow. I don't want to make things awkward by showing up too.
What? She told you not to come? I can't believe she said that to you. I will talk to her.
Yeah, she texted me a bunch of times. I don't think she'll change her mind though.
Who knows? No matter what she said, she was raised by you. You are her mother.
Anthony, you shouldn't force her to invite me. I understand my position. I respect her decision either way. I'm just happy for her that she's found someone she wants to spend her life with.
I'm not forcing or anything. I just think it's wrong that she's not inviting you. Anyway, I will talk to her about it. Hey, honey. I'm sorry I couldn't change Catherine's mind.
It's not your fault, honey. I knew this would happen.
I still feel bad about it. Anyway, I'm going back home soon.
You don't have to feel bad. It's okay. You heading back home already? Isn't it too soon?
Well, we're done eating now. Catherine says she has to go somewhere after this too. So we're finishing up.
I see.
So how was her fiancé? Did he seem nice?
Yeah, he seemed like a nice man. But I think he's the opposite type of me. More of an introvert, I guess. When I brought you up, he seemed like he wanted to say something. But Catherine shot him a look, and he just clammed up.
Really?
Yeah. I'm honestly shocked that she didn't invite you tonight. I thought she had become more mature, but she still seems to misunderstand you. Maybe I raised her the wrong way.
And don't say that. We did everything we could for her. But I feel like maybe I wasn't enough for her as a mother.
You are more than enough, Claire. When we got married, Catherine was still in grade school. She's been difficult with you ever since, but you never gave up, and you raised her as if she were your own. Catherine should be thankful for everything you did for her. And yet, it's so disrespectful that she doesn't want to introduce her fiancé to you. I don't understand why she's being like this.
You can't blame her, honey. She went through a lot at a young age. I know it's hard to accept a new mother when you're that age.
But it's been 16 years already.
I know, but I don't mind how long it takes for her to accept me as her mother. She just needs time to heal after her real mother's disappearance.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm being too hard on her. Regardless of what Catherine thinks, you're the best mom in the world. You've done more than enough for her. I just hope one day she'll realize that and be grateful to you.
Thank you for saying that, honey. It really means a lot to me. I know Catherine doesn't see me as her mom for now, but it's okay. I'm just grateful to have been a part of raising her.
I remember how you got all teary-eyed when you heard that Catherine got engaged.
Yeah, I was so happy for her. You were crying too.
Really? I don't remember. I wish Catherine could have seen your crying face. Maybe then she'd realize how much you love her.
Honey, I don't want her to see my ugly crying face. I know things are different right now, but I hope she accepts me as her mother someday.
I know she will. I'm sure once Catherine becomes a mother, she'll understand all the sacrifices you've made for her. She'll know how hard it is to be a mother.
Children are a blessing, but we're not 100% sure if they'll have any.
You don't have to be so negative. I would love to see my grandchild.
Wait, you didn't say that in front of Catherine, did you?
What's wrong about it?
It might pressure her, you know? You should be more careful next time.
Okay, sorry.
Did she mention about the wedding? Since she didn't want me to meet her fiancé, does that mean I can't attend the wedding either?
We didn't talk about the wedding today, but if she refuses to let you attend the wedding, we're going to have a serious talk. No matter what she says, you're her mother. If she says you can't attend the wedding, then I won't go either. That's just how it is.
But it's their wedding, not ours. If she doesn't want to invite me, then so be it.
But
I don't want to ruin her marriage. All I want is for her to be happy.
we're not ruining anything. We're trying to help her have a perfect wedding with her beloved parents, and won't let her have a wedding without you.
The more we push, the more she'll resent us.
I know, but anyway, she didn't mention anything about the wedding yet. I'll make sure she invites you to the wedding.
Hey, if she ever says she doesn't want to invite me, just don't do anything. As long as Catherine is happy, I'll be happy. Don't force her to invite me, okay?
Hey, are you free next Sunday?
Hey, Kathy. Yeah. I'm not sure about your father.
I'm asking you if you are free. I didn't say anything about Dad.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm free. Why?
That's good. Why don't you come to visit me?
I would love to, but are you sure?
Why not? You're free, right?
Yeah, I am, but you didn't even invite me to meet your fiancé before. Now all of a sudden you're inviting me over?
So what? I've been thinking about it a lot.
About what? Did your father say something to you?
No, it's not like that.
I see. Well, thank you for inviting me. I would love to visit you next Sunday. I will ask your father if he can come too.
He doesn't have to come.
Why not?
I already saw him 2 months ago. I just want to see you. We never really talked for a long time, right?
Yeah, I always wanted to talk to you, Kathy.
I'm sorry if I was being childish before.
Oh dear, you don't have to apologize. I know things were rough.
No, I owe you an apology. I thought you married Dad for money, you know. But now I know that I was wrong.
Kathy.
I felt bad for everything I said and did to you. You know what? I want to make it up to you. How about I cook dinner for you when you come over? If Dad were here, he would make a big deal out of everything. So, I'm inviting only you. There are some things I need your advice on about getting married too.
Sure. It's perfect timing that I'm just finishing up a big job this week.
Big job? I didn't know you were working. Did you start working part-time or something?
No, I've always been working.
Really? Well, I'll see you next Sunday then.
Hey, can I meet your fiancé next week? I'd love to say hi to him.
Sure.
Wonderful. Then I'll bring something for both of you. Is there anything your fiancé doesn't like? Does he have any allergies?
He'll eat anything.
Okay, I'll give you a call as soon as I know the arrival date.
All right, I'll pick you up at the airport.
You will? Wow, thank you. I can't wait to see you, Kathy. Catherine, what were you thinking? Why did you suddenly drop me off?
Damn it. Do you still have a signal? I should have dropped you off deeper in the forest.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. After you picked me up from the airport, you suddenly dropped me off in the forest. What were you thinking? I almost got hurt. Come back here.
Why do I have to pick up my stepmother? It's your fault for being fooled. Seriously, you're so stupid to think that I would invite you to my house. There's no way I would want to spend my day with you.
What? So everything was a lie?
I've never felt sorry for you, ever. You're a gold digger. Get the hell out of my life. There are no buses, trains, or anything else near that forest, so good luck walking. I heard that a thunderstorm is coming soon. Did you pack a raincoat with you? Good luck being all alone in the forest. Seriously, I'm so done with you. You're a fake mother and a gold digger.
Really? Then I'm done with you too.
See? You give up on me so easily. I know you always hated me.
I don't hate you. Even though we're not related by blood, I treated you as if you were my daughter. I've raised you for 16 years, Kathy. Since the day I met you, I've loved you and accepted you as my daughter.
I know Dad is too dumb to notice, but I see your true colors. Most of your stuff is from luxury brands. You're using Dad's money to buy all that stuff. Don't act like a mother when you're just a gold digger. The only mother I have is my dead mother. I never considered you as my mother. I know you married Dad to take his money.
I didn't marry him for money.
Oh, stop lying. I know you wanted to meet my fiancé because he's from a rich family, right? I know what you're thinking, you greedy hag.
For the record, I don't have any money problems.
Because you've been taking money from rich old men besides my dad?
Do you think I have the looks to do that? I'm an old lady, Kathy.
So what? Maybe you were catfishing online. Who knows?
Okay, that's it. I will tell you the truth now.
What truth? I already know the truth.
I'm a business owner.
What? Don't make me laugh. Do you think I'm that stupid to believe that obvious lie? How can you run a business when you've been at home all your life?
To balance work and household chores, I just try to work from home as much as possible. You seem to think your father is rich, but he actually works for me.
What are you talking about? He's the real business owner, not you. He owns a company.
Well, yeah, he used to be the president of a company. But your biological mother embezzled the company's money. She even took your father's assets and ran away.
What? She did that?
That's why the company went under. It was a really small company, too.
That's a lie. My mother passed away due to illness. She was smart and she helped Dad run the business. That's what Dad told me. Don't you ever insult my mother by telling such lies.
Your father didn't tell you the truth for your sake. You were 7 years old when they divorced, and you adored your mother. He thought you weren't ready to know the truth. Your father worked day and night to raise you. The only reason you didn't have a hard time making ends meet was because he was working so hard. I'm not sure if this was the right time to tell you the truth, but I'm sorry it had to come out this way.
I can't believe it.
If you don't believe me, ask your father. Kathy, I've done everything I could for you. I may not have been the perfect mother, but I've always loved you. I thought you finally realized, and I was so happy when you invited me today. But I never thought you'd do something so terrible. You're not a kid anymore. What you did to me is outrageous and unacceptable.
Hey, Dad! Hey! Don't ignore me.
Kathy, what have you done?
Dad, Claire is missing.
She's with me now.
So she's alive? Oh, thank God.
We're staying at a hotel today. We'll fly back home tomorrow.
That's a relief. I've been trying to reach out to her, but I couldn't call her. I thought something happened.
I think she blocked your number. What were you thinking? Why did you leave your mother in the forest? Luckily, she had a signal on her phone and called for rescue. When I received her call, I panicked and flew here immediately. If she didn't have her phone, things could have been really bad. Do you understand that?
I know. I'm sorry, Dad.
I don't think I'm the right person for you to apologize.
But you know what? It's also your fault for not telling me the truth.
Yeah, I accept that it was wrong to keep it a secret from you for so long. I was waiting for the right moment.
Oh, really? Maybe you were just too embarrassed that she's earning more than you?
It's not like that. I thought it was for the best. What would have happened if you knew Claire was supporting you financially?
I don't know.
Catherine, I'll be honest with you. I didn't have the money to send you to college. I couldn't afford to send money for you to stay in the dorm. Your mother, Claire, supported you all this time.
You made me misunderstand everything.
Misunderstand everything? I think you just assumed. If you had tried to talk to Claire, you would know what her job is, and yet you always snubbed her and never talked to her.
So it's all my fault? I can't believe you hid everything from me, even about Mom. It's too much. All this time, my mother was just a criminal. Do you know how I feel right now?
I'm not blaming you, Kathy. I didn't mean to hide it. I'm sorry. But you're an adult now, not a teenager. Maybe it's time for you to realize all the sacrifices Claire made for you. Do you remember that time you almost got hit by a truck? She didn't hesitate to cover for you. Even though she ended up with a broken arm that time, she always packed your lunch. Even though you refused to introduce your fiancé, she never said anything bad about you. She was just happy to know that you got engaged. She was even planning to cover the wedding expenses and contribute to the down payment of your new house.
Really?
Did she ever hurt you? No, right? For 16 years, Claire gave you unconditional love. And yet, you disrespected her, verbally abused her, and on top of that, left her in the forest.
Stop guilt-tripping me. I told you I'm sorry. My fiancé told me I was being rude for not inviting Claire to dinner. We got into a big fight, you know, and I got pissed off at Claire for causing the fight. That's why I did it. It was just a prank. At the end of that day, nothing bad happened to her.
Claire caused the fight? She did nothing wrong. You caused the fight. Stop blaming everything on Claire.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the right person to receive your apology.
Okay, let me talk to her then.
All right, I will give my phone to Claire now.
Hey, Kathy.
Claire.
Wow, I don't remember the last time you called me by my name.
I know.
So?
Look, I'm sorry. I never realized everything that you've done for me.
It's okay. I did what I did because I wanted to. We should have told you sooner about your biological mother, too. And understandably, you couldn't accept your new mother.
It's not like that. I knew Dad needed someone to support him, and I knew I couldn't do that. So I was happy that Dad married you. But yeah, I was being immature.
Kathy.
I'm sorry. You were always there for me. Dad told me you were going to pay for the wedding and a down payment for our new house. I didn't know anything about it.
I heard you cry to your father that you didn't have enough money for the wedding.
I always wanted to have a beach wedding, but it was so expensive. Claire, I'm sorry. And thank you for your help.
I'm not helping you anymore.
What?
Of course. If you just can't accept me as your mother, that's okay. I would have expected it. But what you did to me today is unacceptable. Do you have any idea how scared I was before the police came to pick me up in the forest? I thought you finally reached out to me and wanted to spend time with me. You betrayed my feelings.
Listen, it was just a small misunderstanding. I did it because I didn't know what was going on.
I don't think it's just about misunderstanding. You didn't have to go this far. You told me to get the hell out of your life. So, I'm doing you a favor.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, okay? You have unconditional love for me, right? Besides, if you're a business owner, you could at least pay for my wedding. It's just a little money for you.
Are you serious? Are you apologizing to me just so I will give money to you? It's not gonna work. Your fiancé seems to be a very responsible man, so you two should work hard and save up.
If you pay for my wedding and house, I will accept you as my mother. I will invite you to my wedding too. You want to attend my wedding as a mother, right?
What? How can you say such a thing in your position? I'm very disappointed in you. You don't sound sorry at all.
Oh, come on. If you have money, just give it to me. Then I'll call you Mom.
No, thank you.
Why not? Please.
Because I don't want a daughter who would use people like this. If you really feel sorry for what you have done, then show me by your actions. Until then, I won't have anything to do with you. Your father agrees with me. I wish you all the best, Catherine.
Claire! Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Mom! Please forgive me. Please.
Catherine repeatedly tried to call us after that conversation. She even came to our house many times and got down on her knees to apologize. But I didn't see her sincerity, so I didn't accept her apology. A few months later, Kathy got married, but they did not hold a wedding ceremony. They started living in a small apartment and working hard to save money for the wedding.
I think I made the right decision not to help her financially. Now she seems to understand how difficult it is to earn money. Recently, Kathy told us that she got pregnant. Just as my husband thought, she told me her perspective changed after becoming a mother. After she gave birth, she often came to our house with her baby. We are happy now. We've grown closer than ever, and I'm grateful for the bond we've formed. Tom, why did you leave without me? Today is Hannah's funeral, isn't it? I thought we were going together.
Plans changed. Please, do not come to my sister's funeral.
What?
Just stay at home, okay?
What's going on? Why can't I go to the funeral? I was close to your sister. Let me have this one last goodbye, please.
I don't have time for this. For God's sake, don't step out of the house and lock the door.
I don't understand. What on earth is going on?
My sister left a letter for the family.
A letter?
In that letter, apparently, she mentioned you.
Mentioned me about what?
In the letter, she mentioned that you were the reason she felt like she couldn't go on.
What?
She wrote that you repeatedly harassed her.
No way. I would never do that. We were as close as real sisters. We even had lunch together just last week.
I know. I can't believe it either. But the letter says you said hurtful things that made her depressed. She even mentioned that she thought it was better to leave this world than to deal with a mean sister-in-law like you. I didn't know she was going through something like that.
Hurtful things? And does it say what I said?
Yes. Apparently, you told my infertile sister about some insensitive things. She wrote that you said you work at daycare, so you understand the preciousness of children. You think her inability to bear children makes her feel like a failure as a woman. You even questioned her. What's the point of living in this world if she can't experience motherhood? My sister was deeply affected by your words, and as a result, she made the tragic decision to end her own life.
Oh, wait a minute. Hannah was infertile?
You didn't know?
No. She never told me. We never talked about it.
I see.
Even if I knew she was infertile, I wouldn't say something like that, and you know that.
Yeah, that's right. But it was written in the letter.
It was handwritten?
No, it was printed out and placed on her bed.
There's a possibility that somebody else made it, don't you think?
What? Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but...
Don't tell me you suspect Hannah's husband. They were a happy couple. I don't think he would do such a thing.
I don't think he did it either.
Anyway, until we understand what's going on, please, stay at home.
But I want to attend the funeral.
No. If you came here now, I don't know what my mom would do to you.
Your mom? Why?
Mom totally believes what was written in that letter. She thinks she lost her daughter because of you.
Oh no.
Just a few minutes ago, she was holding a kitchen knife, screaming she would seek revenge on you. Judging from that, if you come, she might really hurt you. Just please stay at home for now.
What? I don't understand what's happening, but okay. I'll stay home.
How dare you take my daughter's life? I'll never forgive you.
Meryl, you're misunderstanding.
If this was going to happen, I shouldn't have let you and Tom marry. I never liked you from the beginning. You never took good care of my son. Since you mentioned your love for working with children at the daycare, I thought you would be a perfect wife for my son. But you've entirely betrayed me. Behind my back, you've been insidiously harassing my daughter.
That is not true. We were really good friends. You know that, right?
It was all a fake, huh?
What?
My daughter was always the kind and quiet type of person. Even when she had problems, she tended to keep them to herself and bottle them up inside. And finally, she must have reached her breaking point, deciding to end her life. It's all your fault.
But I never harassed her or anything.
I don't want to hear any excuses. You used my daughter as your punching bag to relieve your stress, didn't you?
Why should I do that?
I don't know, you tell me. I hear there are a lot of kids with behavior problems at daycare center these days. Your claim of liking children seems doubtful. You probably yell at the children at work all the time. I suspect you use yelling to make them obey you.
Meryl?
Am I right?
No, it's not that.
Anyway, I'll send you to hell for what you did to my daughter.
Wait a minute. Please, calm down.
Do you think I can stay calm after losing my precious daughter?
Oh, Meryl, I am really sorry. Hold on, I have to get the door.
See? Excuses again. You'll pay for what you've done yourself. Be prepared. Hey, Sandra. I'm sorry. I went too far earlier.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. I'm not in the right state of mind after my daughter's passing. I'm sorry I said such horrible things.
So do you believe me that I didn't do anything?
No.
What?
The fact remains that you're the reason my daughter is no longer with us.
That's not true.
Of course, you wouldn't want to admit it, right? Eventually, the police will catch up to you, and naturally, you'll lose your job. Tom will divorce you too.
What? Police? It's crazy, I didn't do anything.
But it's clearly written in my daughter's letter. It says it was all your fault.
What's written in the letter is a lie.
So you're saying my daughter is a liar? Oh my goodness. You're the worst kind of person.
No, it's not that.
But you know what? I can change your fate.
What?
I still cannot forgive you for what you did. But technically, you're still my daughter-in-law. And you're still in your 20s. It's too bad that you're going to be an ex-convict. You wouldn't want to live a miserable life, would you? If you show sincerity to me, I'll keep it a secret.
Are you asking for hush money?
Exactly. How about $100,000?
You want me to pay $100,000 to you?
No. I want you to pay $100,000 to each of the relatives who know about this.
What? That's impossible. I can't pay that much money.
Then you'll go to jail.
That won't happen.
Oh, really? If we take that letter to the police, they'll start investigating you.
I'll expose the lie before that happens.
What do you mean?
We were good friends, always treating each other like real sisters. That's why I'll never forgive the person who drove her to this.
What are you talking about? You're the one who drove my daughter to this.
It wasn't me. It was you.
Excuse me? Are you out of your mind? Why would I, her mother, do such a terrible thing?
I already know everything.
What do you mean? You're the one who drove her to disappear from this world.
It's all your fault.
You're trying to blame me for this?
That's my line.
Shut up. Just because you don't want to pay me, stop trying to blame me like this. I have a letter written by my daughter. It clearly states that you harassed my daughter.
I have the real letter.
What?
My mother has always been cold to me. She used to say I'm ugly and that she regrets giving birth to me. I've always been hurt. When she found out I was infertile, she became even colder and wouldn't even look me in the eye.
No way.
Even when I tried to talk, she always ignored me. Every night I received hurtful messages about being infertile. Eventually, I was told my life is worthless. It's painful just being alive.
Stop!
My husband seems busy with work, so I can't talk to him about it. When I messaged my father, I found out I was blocked.
Wait, that's the same one I found.
It seems like my loving father now hates me because of my infertility. I feel like a burden. I'm worthless and shouldn't even be alive.
Stop it!
I thought there was no way her father would block her. So I asked him just now. Then he said he never blocked our daughter. You did, didn't you?
Shut up! Just stop it already.
And there's more. My mother sent me a message saying I shouldn't have been born and that I should disappear from this world. Even after blocking her, she tries every way to reach me just to say hurtful things. I think she won't stop until I disappear.
Enough already.
How can you say such horrible things to your own daughter? Breaks my heart to know she was bearing it all alone.
Why do you have that? I ripped it to shreds and threw it away.
So it was you after all.
That's...
This morning, I received a letter from her. Remember earlier when I mentioned that I had to get the door? Well, it was the mail carrier.
What's going on? Why would my daughter send you a letter?
According to the letter that I received, you often visited your daughter's house unexpectedly. She thought you might be the first to discover her body, and that you might try to conceal the letter. So she sent it to me just to be sure. It seems she knew what you might do.
Damn it! I thought she was dumb, but I guess she used her little brain at last.
What? How can you say that after someone took their own life?
I didn't take her life, right? It was her decision. It's not my fault.
Don't you realize you did something terrible?
Not really. I always thought my daughter was a failure.
What?
She doesn't have a face or personality like me at all. She's slow and cries easily, you know. Just looking at her makes me irritated. But I could forgive her if she gave birth to a cute grandchild. But she couldn't have children no matter how long we waited. What kind of daughter is that? Such a failure.
What? That's what you think about your daughter?
To be honest, I'm glad she's gone. But when I saw that letter, I was so shocked. She blamed me for everything in the end. Such an ungrateful daughter.
So you covered up the letter so you could get away with it?
Yes. I thought I could enjoy my old age without that annoying daughter. But if such a letter is left behind, I'll look like a villain.
That's a terrible thought, but there's no escaping it now. I have the real letter with me.
I don't know about that. If you claim that the letter was fabricated by me and you have the real letter, then what? After all, it's a printed letter. It's impossible to know who wrote it.
I have the proof that the letter you have is fake.
What?
You mentioned earlier that I work at daycare, right?
Yes, so what? You work at a daycare, don't you?
No, I don't. I work at a kindergarten. I'm not a daycare worker, I'm a kindergarten teacher.
Aren't they basically the same thing?
They sound similar, but they're not the same.
So, what's your point?
There was the same mistake in the letter.
What?
It seems I was written as a daycare worker in the printed letter. I often talked to Hannah about my work, so she knew I was a kindergarten teacher. Of course, she knows the difference between daycare and kindergarten. There's no way she would make such a basic mistake.
Oh, with that small mistake, you accusing me that I made up the letter? Even if you report me to the police, they'll just laugh and send you away.
I guess so. And even if you used the letter to blame me and report me to the police, I don't think they would actually arrest me.
Oh, really? Then why don't you go tell everybody that I made up the letter? Do you think my relatives will believe you? They've known me for a long time, unlike someone like you who married into this family recently. Of course they'll believe me.
I never intended to rely on the police from the beginning, because I can seek revenge without involving the police.
Revenge? You're going to hurt me?
Oh, I wouldn't do such a thing. I'm not like you.
What?
Do you know that nowadays you can share your phone screen online?
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, my phone screen is broadcasting our conversation online to your husband's phone.
What did you say?
Right now, your husband, Hannah's husband, and all our relatives are reading this.
What? No way. You're joking, right?
No, it's true.
That's ridiculous. What? Oh no. What should I do?
What do you think will happen if your husband, who loved your daughter, finds out the truth?
Oh no. He'll divorce me.
Of course.
What have you done? I'm a housewife. I don't think I could survive if I got divorced.
I don't care about that.
What?
Your daughter lost her life, and all you care about is yourself?
But
why do you think she never spoke about you to anyone until the end? Maybe because she didn't want to feel ashamed of infertility and didn't want to make her mother the villain.
If that's the case, why reveal it in the end? She could have kept it to herself forever.
She never wanted to reveal it, but she wrote the letter to disclose everything to prevent me from becoming the next target. You're the kind of scum who would tell me that a woman who can't have children is worthless. If I can't have children like her, she thought you would harass me the way you harassed her. That's why she decided to write a letter.
No way.
When she was alive, she told me about you. She said she wasn't loved by you, but she said she was grateful to have been born. If she hadn't been born, she wouldn't have met her husband or me. That's why she didn't hate you. Do you have any idea how she felt when she wrote that letter? You have no idea, right? You're an irredeemable scumbag. You should pay for your sins with your life.
Don't you disrespect me like that.
I'm sure your husband and all the relatives watching this conversation feels the same way.
Honey, everything is all a lie. This woman orchestrated everything.
It's too late to say such things now. No one would believe you.
Oh, please. I'm pretty sure my husband wanted to see the grandchild too. He always talked about it. Why am I the bad guy here?
You're the only one who would harass someone suffering from infertility by calling them a failure.
But, that's right. What about Hannah's husband? He must regret marrying an infertile wife. He should understand how I feel.
Are you serious? He's furious with you right now.
What?
He says he'll never forgive you. Even if you try to run away, he'll chase you down no matter what. He said he'll make sure to make your life a living hell until your last breath.
Oh, Lord, I'm scared.
You know what? Hannah's husband has a lot of connections. He knows people from all over the world, especially the kind you wouldn't want to mess with. You might experience terrible situations then, just dealing with the police.
No way. Is he trying to use his connection to punish me?
It's going to be a fun old age for you. Well then, repent in hell while you're still alive. Goodbye.
Please, forgive me. I'm sorry. Please help me. Please.
When I went to the funeral home, Meryl was already gone. When I asked my husband, he told me that unknown men came, took Meryl with them, and drove off. Nobody looked for her after, and the funeral was done without her.
I have no idea what happened to Meryl after that. Hannah's husband told us that Meryl is still alive somewhere, but he never told us other details. I have Hannah's favorite picture hanging in my house. Every morning, before heading to work, I greet her. She's always smiling kindly in the photo. And seeing that smile gives me the motivation to do my best each day. I believe she's watching over us from heaven, and I'm determined to live my life to the fullest in her honor. Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.